Hello, for welcome to the studio, your number one's African YouTube channel. Today, we are traveling to the United States of America. There is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. There is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. President ZELENSKY of Ukraine visited President Donald Trump of the United States of America in the Oval Office, they call it. The Oval Office is actually an office that is set up in the year 1909 and is the president's special office where he actually serves from. So there, deep matters are actually discussed. We all know that during President Donald Trump's presidential campaign, he has been talking about making sure that he will bring peace between Ukraine and Russia.
I will prevent, and very easily, World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than one day. I know exactly what to say to each of them. I got along very well with them.
We all know that since the Russia and the Ukrainian war has started till today, it is almost 4 years since this war has started. Talking about this war on daily basis, the strikes and all that. They are not striking animals, but human beings are dying. Some bloodsheds are going on. A lot of things that have been built over the years is being destroyed. President Donald Trump has promised. Could it be that he is failing at his promise? Because as we speak, it's becoming so difficult. Upon President ZELENSKY visiting him in his office, these are some of the conversations, and these are how things have gone. It wasn't easy. It was very devastating, very heartbroken, and I don't know how else to describe it.
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
I'm not playing cards.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. you have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
Yes. What about West
If
Speaking?
you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell
you
you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that
thank
there,
you
except
to
that,
American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on
I
over
understand,
there.
sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
that
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
But this
That
is
was
your-
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry,
It's going to
here.
be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right
What are
now,
you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking,
Russia-
what if Russia
Putin
breaks the
breaks
ceasefire?
for the-
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
But they have
Okay?
broken
What if they
ceasefire
broke it?
so many
I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
But all-
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
So, this is the conversation between President Vladimir Zelensky and the President of the United States of America, and that of the Vice named Vince of the United States of America. So, a gentleman asked a question. He said, there are friends from Poland who are saying that President Donald Trump, you are actually aligning yourself with Putin. Why are you doing so? Putin is becoming more close to you. And the president answered, if I don't align with the two of them, how do I settle peace? Or how do I bring the deal to a settlement? Or do you expect me to speak ill of President Putin and speak well of Zelensky? He said, it is not done like that.
And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to...
But for me, President Donald Trump is one of the presidents that I personally have a lot of respect for, and we know him for action. But it's like this one is becoming tough and tougher. He said, I'm not aligning myself only with Russia and with Ukraine. No, it is not so. Or either with Putin. It is not so. But rather, I'm aligning myself with the West, the world. These are his replies. And so the Vice President of the United States of America also spoke in that regard to the face of Zelensky, saying that we have tried to use a lot of diplomacy means to settle this case and this war between the EU and Russia. And as Zelensky said, since 2014, President Putin, during the time of the former president of the United States of America, President Obama, since his time, there have been a lot of allegations and issues regarding Putin killing people over political and country-based affiliation issues. And nothing has been done about it till today. Putin is still killing. What are you people doing about it? He said that we have signed deals, peace deals, which he even mentioned the president of France, President Macron, a ceasefire deals, but all to no avail. Putin went ahead and broke that same deal. They signed gas deals. Putin went ahead and broke those deals. And you're talking about diplomacy. So Zelensky asked the Vice President of the United States of America, what diplomacy are you talking about in this case?
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yeah.
And you could see from Zelensky's heart and his voice that this young man is pained about the years of atrocity that he's been through. As we all know, Zelensky was once a comedian before he became the president of Ukraine, the Ukrainian nation. And from the day he was sworn into today, the year he was sworn into today, he hasn't enjoyed peace of his country because of this war. And it's all over the place. And as to when the war is going to stop, we don't know. Because things seem not to be the way we thought it would be as soon as possible if President Donald Trump assumes office like he is now. The conversation went on to a point, again, where the Vice President said, President Zelensky, respectfully, or it will be very disrespectful. He said, respectfully speaking, it's very disrespectful for you to come over into the office of the President of the United States of America and in front of the American media to dictate.
But if
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems.
And you will see that Zelensky was not given a chance for them to talk to him anyhow they want. But for me, I always say that the victim feels and experiences more than those who are behind watching. Until you are personally involved in a particular situation, when the victims speak, you may feel it somehow, some way, but the main pain and grief can be expressed by the eyewitness, the one who felt the pain, the one who went through the fire. President Donald Trump is a very good president and a successful businessman for that matter. And we all know him for, I don't know to put him as a controversial man. I don't know to put him as an intelligent man, which actually he is, but has not gone through the level of this crisis that President Zelensky has endured over the years. President Donald Trump has not been there before. Definitely not. I don't know what you think, but these are my personal opinions and views. You can also share your personal opinions and views. So Zelensky asked again to the Vice President of the United States of America, you are the Vice President. Have you been to Ukraine before? Have you been to Ukraine? He asked.
You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? That you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
So the president said, the Vice President of the United States of America, he said, I have watched on TV, on the media, da. But you see, this is the difference. The one who is on the ground, seeing the flying in of the rockets, the war weapons, and all that. He's the one talking. So maybe I will recommend that the Vice President of the United States of America visit Ukraine to see for an eye to an eye, bullet to a bullet, missile being shot to missile being shot. Make it see with his own kuru eyes. He should go and open his eyes and see what is going on in Ukraine. Now, he says, don't tell us what we're going to feel. That is President Trump, because President Zelensky was trying to express himself, saying that everybody have their own problems. Americans have their own problems. And it's just that maybe they are not at the point where they will feel it. President Donald Trump says, no, you can say that. Don't tell us what we're going to feel. You can say that. We can discuss that here. And he said to President Zelensky, specifically, and I quote, you are gambling with World War III. You are gambling with World War III.
Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
I'm not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
You're
playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of
war.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Is President Donald Trump afraid of Putin? Or his strategies are not actually working? But the question here is the kind of deal they want Zelensky to sign. Why he came to the office of the President of the United States of America. What kind of deal it is? Is it what did Putin want? And why is Zelensky also not willing to sign the deal? This is the big question that I'll bring to you in the next episode. Stay behind and I will bring with you as you are journeying along with me on this beautiful channel.
Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
I mean, this took me to a little bit of thoughts. Thinking, I was, actually thinking. The Third World War. President Donald Trump doesn't want that. He wants to make peace. But in the midst of the peacemaking, should someone be cheated? Should someone be mistreated, maltreated? Look at all the souls that have died. All the people that have died. These are some of the highlight words from President Donald Trump. And from his vice. His vice complained. Zelensky, you have not been thankful. You've not said thank you ever since. But Zelensky says, no. I did many times.
Have you said thank you once? this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today,
you said thank
even
you?
today.
Stay tuned as I bring you what actually the deal is about, what Putin wants. But before you go, do not forget to share your views, your opinion under the comment section. Hello, Warford. Asana.